Welcome to a new episode of Chuck Chats. We're here with the cast of a new movie about McDonald's.
No, Chuck.
Aiden, were you looking at the camera?
Yeah.
It actually revolves around the story of Otis McDonald and many others, including the NRA, who filed a lawsuit against the city of Chicago after they passed an ordinance that essentially banned private handgun ownership in the city.
Well, was it really a big deal to go to the Supreme Court?
Well, of course! Because the plaintiffs argued that the ordinance violated the 2nd and 14th Amendments. Right?
Right!
Right.
So what was the court's decision in the actual vote count?
It was 5-4 in McDonald's favor.
Well, I have a couple more questions, but first, let's cut to a commercial break from our sponsors.
Are you 17 years old and don't know how to ride a bike? Are you sad because you can't go on a bike ride with the rest of your friends? Are you embarrassed because you're failing gym because you can't go mountain biking with the rest of the class? Well, never fear, because Buck's Bike School is here. We'll come to you and give you free lessons starting at $150 per session. In no time, you'll be riding a bike like a pro. Just text BIKE to 2244 now.
Wow, Chuck, that sure was enticing. I'll have to look into that.
Enticing? I'm just gonna flip your hat off.
Thank you, guys. Now, what impact did this case have on America?
The case determined that the Second Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which guarantees the right of the people to keep and bear arms, applies to the states and the local governments, as well as the federal government. This means that we today have the right to have and use handguns for self-defense in emergencies. Chuck.
Tell me about your characters.
Go. I'm Aiden, and I play the part of Otis McDonald, who filed the lawsuit against Chicago, and then it went to the Supreme Court.
Well, Chuck, I'm glad you asked. I played a rioter, I played a mom, I played the robber that killed you.
Killed me.
Yeah, killed you.
And then I played the robber that killed you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I think I played a judge, maybe. I don't know, lots of parts. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
what
good.
were you?
I played the city of Chicago that first filed the ordinance against the possession of handguns.
You're big enough to be Chicago.
Thank you.
Go on, go on.
And I also played a rider. And yeah, that person I shot you.
Yeah,
killed.
you killed me.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you took my dinner.
And
I
you
was
took my
wig. Why would I ever take something that was?
Just jealous.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chuck.
Thanks, Chuck. Back to you, Chuck.
Well, that sounds brilliant. I can't wait till it comes out in theaters. I'll be the first one to see it. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining me, and thank you all for watching.
Fun, Chuck.
Thanks, Chuck.
Thanks.
Come back for the next episode of Chuck Chats. Bye, Chuck.
and today I'm going to review the movie The Case. It's a very realistic movie in the sense that that is what happened. That was a little creepy. So anyways, say hi to my guest appearance, the ghost in the back corner. I think he's friendly, he just knocked my hat off. Anyways, basically, even though McDonald was played by a 12-year-old with an addiction to crop tops for some reason, as seen in the movie, McDonald was in reality a 70-something-year-old man who was a maintenance engineer that got robbed 5 times before he decided that enough was probably enough. Yes, 5 times. 5 times before he thought maybe a gun would be a nice thing to own. Anyways, the story of the case is historically accurate. People were being robbed, they wanted to buy guns to protect themselves, but they couldn't because of the laws in Chicago. People, including McDonald, got mad and took the case to court, saying it violated the 14th and 2nd Amendment. The case gets passed to the Supreme Court. Both sides provided good arguments. McDonald's side said they were violating those amendments, and the other side essentially kind of arguing like a child, but like in a pretentious way because they're in the Supreme Court, but argued like a child in the sense that they said, no, we're not violating this. The tensions in the courtroom were so high. How high were they? Thanks for asking. They were higher than Snoop Dogg on the weekends, and you know what? Good for him. But when the final decision was made, it was 5-4 in McDonald's favor because the majority of the judges decided it definitely infringed upon the 2nd and 14th Amendment, which it definitely seems like it did. Anyways, this caused them to re-evaluate a lot of the laws and make sure they weren't violating anything, but we all saw the movie, so I don't need to go in depth. Anyways, this case is very relevant to today because we still have debates over gun laws, and with the election that just ended, everyone was afraid that if Biden won, they would take our guns away and infringe upon the 2nd Amendment and such. Overall, the movie gets a 10 out of 10 for me, personally. I would definitely recommend watching it. Low budget, but high quality in our hearts. So, anyways, this was Hugh the Reviewer, and we'll see you next time we critique a movie.